2023 is officially coming to an end, thankfully. It has been one of those years at a macro level that has not been a good one. At a micro level for certain people, it's been good as well. It's been good. Like Aaron would probably say 2023 is good for him. Why the grimace all of a sudden?
At
What?
least a good ending. Nah, it's been good overall.
Yeah. As I said, at a micro level,
Right.
you would probably say it's good. Macro level,
Yeah.
war in Gaza, Ukraine, that sort of stuff.
Yep.
Crazy people all over. Not so much of a good thing.
Bad economy.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
only going to get worse.
Yep.
That dollar is not going to stretch as far in the future anymore.
Nope.
Yeah, that's the sucky part. But we still have things to look forward to in 2024. We'll get back to that in a little bit here about what we're looking forward to in 2024. I know Aaron's all of a sudden like, oh boy. But 2023, it has been a interesting one. And what's funny is as you come into the end of the year, all your services that you use, whether it's a music service or stuff like that, gives you all sorts of things like, this was your year in 2023. Look back in 2023, blah, 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 blah. So, since we're going into 2024, let's reminisce a little on 2023 and see how many times I can say the word 2023. Why'd you go?
2023. I'll probably still be writing that down for a majority of 2024.
Writing it on what?
Work stuff.
Oh, you actually have to write stuff on physical paper?
Yeah.
Oh, I do all paper. Paper is just ugh to me. I do it all digital.
Digital.
Yeah.
Fancy.
Everything in my life is digital nowadays, so which is beautiful. Analog is so old school.
I like the old school.
Do you now?
Some of it, yeah.
Cool. So, 2023 in review. How about that? That's what
Yeah.
this is. Now, the way I kind of came across this, so I do use Apple Music, even though Apple right now is on my crap list on so many things right now. But their music service I still use. And they give you an Apple, and I just showed this to Aaron, his year in review sort of deal for music. And wow, Aaron, you listen to a lot more music than I do.
Yeah. I do.
What's your total music that says you listen to for the year? How many minutes?
57,824 minutes.
Okay. My total for the year was only 10,793.
Wow.
All right. So 57,800 what
24.
minutes, right?
So
That's
9
963.7 hours.
hours.
That is 40.15 days straight of music.
40 point.
Yeah. So over the course of 365 days, you listen to 40 days worth.
Wow.
Let's say 41, right?
Yeah.
That means you spent about 11% of your year listening.
To music.
Yeah.
Or at least having it on.
Whereas conversely, I listen to 179.8 hours, right? Which equates to about 7.5 days.
So I've only done a couple more days.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Just
So,
about a month, a little over a month's worth.
yeah, I know that.
Jeez Louise.
And I was just like, wow, okay.
That's a lot of music.
Of course, to no one's surprise at all, what is Aaron's number one band of the year? August Burns Red.
August Burns Red.
And what was your number two band
Well, as an artist.
or artist? Sorry.
NF.
And what was your number three?
Sleep Token.
And your number four?
Elevation Worship.
Why the face?
I don't let I'm just surprised. It's gotta be because of church.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll put this to say this. Um, because it gives you the top, I think 12 artists. No,
Mhm.
15.
Oh, 15. Okay.
Um, unless you can stretch it a little bit and call one of these artists a worshipy type artist, but of the 15, then I would only have one.
Nice.
Do you want to guess what my number one band of the year
This is
is?
classic crime.
Yes.
Yeah. Knew it.
What's number two?
I don't know. 5 Iron Frenzy.
No,
I don't know. I don't know.
just take a guess.
Um. Oh, Rusty Ship. No? Okay.
No,
Hmm. Was it Jonathan Young?
no,
Oh.
come on. This group has put out a ton of music, so it's real easy to rack up the minutes on them.
A lot of bands have
They've
put
been
out a
around
ton of
since
music.
I've been in high school.
Alter Bridge has been out since that long, I'm sure.
No, because they're Creed back then.
Okay, that's fair. Creed. Oh, golly.
You
What?
have a book by them that I'll probably finish before you. In fact, I'm probably further along than you are right now.
Skillet.
Yes.
Dang.
Have you even started reading that book?
No.
Okay, then I'm further along than you in this.
Yes.
So, Scale, John Cooper has a new book. In case, was it like
John
what?
has a new book.
Yeah, was it called like Weak Wimpy?
Yeah, Wimpy, Weak, and Woke.
Yeah. All right. What's my number three then?
I don't know. I barely got number 2.
Come on.
Rusty Ship.
Yes, actually,
Hey. Sick.
number four you would never guess
Oh.
because it's a band. You're probably like, what? 12 Stones.
Oh, I would have never have guessed that, but I remember you mentioning that
Hmm.
band to me before.
Followed by Brave Saint Saturn, then Thousand Foot Crutch,
Oh.
then Five Iron Frenzy, then Ren Collective, then
Oh.
Linkin Park, then
I didn't
Cutlass,
even think of Linkin Park.
then Rise Against, then Alter Bridge,
Hmm.
then Toby Mac, then Dave Matthews Band, and then Adelaide.
Hmm.
So yeah, classic rhyme. That's why I had you play like that little slideshow at the
Mhm.
top because in mine it put in you. I'm gonna pull this up here so I can read it exactly what it says here
Yeah.
because it's about the classic crime. Uh, yeah, I want to make sure I got it right. You made it into the classic crimes top 100 listeners. So
Whoa.
I'm like, do I stream that much of them? Apparently so.
Dang.
That's why I had you go through that to see if you hit like if it added in one of those things for you
Yeah.
on any of your bands or anything like that that you had in there.
Mhm.
Yeah, so it was entertaining to me just looking at the data, right?
Mhm.
Because it's like, okay, yeah, your number one band is Classic Crime. Okay. Your top songs of the top three,
Or
they're all,
classic
they're
crime.
all Classic
Okay.
Crime, right?
Yeah.
Number four is Rusty Ship. Okay.
Okay.
But my top album of the year apparently was Rusty Ship's
Hmm.
album. I listened to that more than I listened to the Classic Crime album, even though my top three songs were Classic Crime. And those top three songs were all off the same album.
That's bizarre.
So I'm like, that's interesting.
Yeah.
All right. So then the part I didn't have you do yet, I wanted you to save till afterwards.
Hmm.
So go back to your screen there.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. Making Aaron do work.
Ugh.
Okay. Minutes listened, we know that one. 50,000. When did you hit 50,000, did it say?
November 14th.
Okay. And then milestone, artist played 500, it says, right?
Yep.
When'd you hit that?
August 8th.
Okay, and songs played 2,500. When'd you reach that?
August 16th.
Wow. Yours is a lot more interesting than mine. Mine's very boring.
Oh.
Minutes listened, because they break into 10,000 increments, so I didn't make it to 20,000, right? I only hit 10,000. But that wasn't until October 24th.
Okay.
100 artists played, which I hit that at March 9th, but you hit 500, so, you have a lot more diversity going on.
I guess. What the heck?
And then 500 songs played March 16th. But you have 2,500 songs.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow. I didn't realize I listened to that much.
It's interesting looking back on this data now, because you could see kind of like, wow, I'd never realized I played all of this.
Mm-hmm.
You don't realize it. Now, for me, like I said, my top 3 songs, they came off of the Classic Crime. They came off of their newest album, Grim Age.
Oh, okay.
So number 1 was Rage Boy. Number 2 was End of Everything. Number 3 was Right Now. What were your top 3 songs, Aaron?
I don't want to talk about it.
Why?
Because it was surprising.
What was surprising about it?
What the heck?
Why? What the heck?
Number 2, I don't understand how. I don't. There's no way. Well, obviously, there's got to be a way because, yeah.
All right. So what was number 1?
Number 1 was Hope by NF.
Okay, yeah. You are a big NF fan, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
What was number 3?
Mistake by NF. Why'd you skip 2?
Because I want to get to 2 in a second here.
Oh,
What was number 4?
The Summoning by Sleep Token.
Okay. What was number 2?
It's such a good riff. Beer Never Broke My Heart by Luke Combs.
Beer Never Broke My Heart by Luke Combs. How many plays did you play of that?
82.
Okay, your number 2 has been played more than my number 1. How many times did you play your number 3 song?
74.
Okay, that's still more than mine, number 1. And then number 4?
73.
Oh, let's go back. We got to keep going down.
My gosh. Oh.
Tell me when you get to 62.
Number 7.
Okay,
is that 54?
Okay, so that's Running by NF. Is your number 7.
Yep.
That's at 54 plays. Okay. My number 1 song, Rage Boy, 62 plays.
Oh my gosh.
What's number 6?
Elucid or Euclid
Uh-huh.
by Sleep Token at 64.
And what's number 5?
Let's Stay Home Tonight by Need to Breathe. That's 70.
Interesting.
Yeah.
They did Let's Stay Home Tonight?
Well, it's not the one you're thinking.
Obviously not.
Yeah, no.
Oh, I see why.
Stop! Yeah. I can't believe that came up to 70 that quickly.
Do you two just play that on repeat while you're down here in the basement together?
No. No.
Lie?
No, not down here in the no. Okay, maybe once. 2 listens in this basement, maybe 3.
Of the how many? 70 some plays?
There's all the car rides, okay?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Is that your 2 song?
I guess so.
That's gonna be an awkward dance.
No. Oh, well, I don't know if it'll be that one, but I don't know.
Interesting.
It's possible.
Yeah, my top songs category is very monolithic. I think I have the entire Grim Age album in the top 15.
Oh my gosh.
And then I have random little, like, things in there like Rusty Ship, Bottom of the Barrel,
Yeah.
Run Collective, Hallelujah Anyway, and then I have to go all the way down to 13 to get Cutlass, End of the World featuring Disciple,
Mm,
and Motherfolk Give My Heart Away.
mm.
Otherwise, it's all Grim Age, classic crime.
Nice.
And then, of course, my top albums then start that's a little more diversified, but not fully.
Okay.
In Dark Side of the Ocean, Rusty Ship, you know, Grim Age, the classic crime, Rated R, Red, Mortal Ghost, Rusty Ship, the Rage Voice single from the classic crime, the Bottom of the Barrel single from Rusty Ship, Pawns and Kings, Alter Bridge,
Mm,
Divided Frame of Mind, Stephen Stanley, Life After Death, Toby Mac, How to Be Human, the classic crime. Is that it goes a little more diverse, but not as diverse
not
as
as.
like what you have.
I'm all over the place.
Yeah, but you keep coming back to metal with
Mm,
your ABR.
darn right.
Darn right, darn
Yeah,
tootin'.
darn tootin'. I like my metal.
That's fair enough.
For the most part. I don't know, I'm getting old now, so it might change. We'll see what next year's is. I'm sure it'll still be ABR.
Eh, nah. You'll finally grow sick of them.
It's possible. I don't know.
It's possible, I don't know.
I'm not gonna say it's out of the realm of possibility. Likely? Probably not. Possible? Sure.
Alright. So as you look back at 2023, Mr. Johnson,
Yeah.
it being now the 15th of December,
Uh-huh.
halfway through the month.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Why the uh-huh?
Jeez Louise.
Only like, yeah, 16 days left in the year.
That's crazy.
What are your highlights of 2023 that you look back on and say, "Ah, that made this year good."
The amount of music I listen to. Just kidding. No. Wow. That's a tough one.
How's that a tough one?
I don't know. What happened this year? Now, obviously, there's a few big things, or a couple big things.
Okay.
What did I do this year? Um, what did I do this year? I mean, the trips, which I can't even think of the trips I've been. Well, okay, besides Grand Rapids in Pennsylvania, I guess I was in Michigan. Well, no, yeah, I was in Grand Rapids in April too. That was cool.
Oh, for,
ABR,
more ABR stuff?
yeah, cause yeah, I saw him twice in April. Once in Grand Rapids and then once in Chicago.
Alright.
Goodness! So I've seen them 5 times this year? Wow, okay. So, yeah, the trips, Grand Rapids, the Art Prize, Pennsylvania. Oh, I was in Pennsylvania twice.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, moving a washing machine for Matt, that was a lot of fun.
You
That
did
was in June.
Oh, was
Huh?
that in June? Okay.
Yeah, when I went to Pennsylvania.
Gotcha. I was like,
Ended up
"What?"
getting lunch with him and then ended up helping him move a washing machine in his basement. That was awesome. Uh, I mean, I was just getting to honestly spend the day and hang out was obviously the cool part. Um, that art prize, Christmas Burns Red, Church Merge, Girlfriend. That's weird.
Why is that weird?
It's just weird to say.
Why is that weird to
It's
say?
just it's not something I ever expected to happen.
Why?
Huh? Because I didn't. Well, I mean, not that I didn't want it. I didn't.
I was like, careful.
Yeah, I know. No, not that.
Careful on what you say.
Only because it's like part of me is like, no, I ain't getting no girlfriend. No. And I was like, oh well, now I have one. Oh, okay. All right. um. So I mean, gosh, those are probably the biggest things of the year that I can think of off the top of my head.
All right.
I guess a new band. It's pretty exciting.
Which one is that one?
The Balconies one with Jonah. See, hopefully that. I don't know. That one's been fun for a little bit. We've gotten together and done stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
That's about all I can think of off the top of my head.
So trips, band, moving a washing machine.
Yeah.
And finally, somewhere in there, you put in their girlfriend.
Well, I wasn't gonna. I would have said that to be the number one, but
But what?
I don't know. I was trying to think past that and see what else has happened this year. Because there's been a lot that I just don't remember yet.
How do you not remember them?
I don't know. I barely remember what I did a couple weeks ago sometimes.
Interesting.
I have to look back through my phone.
Okay.
What were my memories?
All right. You are definitely like my mother.
Remind me. What did I do?
You're definitely like my mother then.
I mean, I hit my apparently a 5-year anniversary at work. That's cool.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
All right. As you kind of look back on this now with your trips,
Yeah.
all that stuff, right?
Yep.
What one, I guess, sticks out to you the most in your mind? What?
Probably the one that has the biggest potential. Well, would be the biggest life change.
Balconies?
Would that have that big of a life change?
I don't know. You tell
I mean,
me.
I guess it could if it took off. That would be
You,
a big life change.
you tell me which one?
The one that has the most probable biggest life change.
Which is
The girlfriend.
okay. I'm not gonna let you get away with just simple like what did this. I want you to be explicitly clear on what you're saying.
You just should know.
Oh no. I'm doing this for your benefit.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Oh, okay. Yeah, thank you.
Because when I
Well,
send her the clip and if you go da 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 da
well, so the biggest things for me was just music stuff. That was the most important part.
Yeah.
This year.
Somehow you'll end up sleeping. Well, no, you already sleep on a couch, so she'll make you sleep on a mattress.
No, because that's where she'll be sleeping, and she won't be.
No, your own mattress.
Well, okay, yeah, whatever. You know what? Okay,
I'm not talking about in the future. I'm talking about right now.
Right now. Oh, right here and now.
Yeah,
Oh, well, I'd have to have a mattress then.
good classic crime song.
I'd have to. The here and now.
Right here, right now.
Okay. My gosh.
Oh, I could be like, I can have a mattress here in 1 hour.
No.
She'd be like,
She'd
Aaron,
be like, thank you.
that's where you're
About
sleeping.
time.
That's where you're sleeping now.
But I like the couch.
It's funny. You're the only person in the world who, when they get in trouble, has to sleep on a.
Has to sleep on the mattress, not
Yeah.
the couch.
That's probably the weirdest thing ever. But you know what?
I ain't your average Joe.
I think that's the truth. Now,
Now,
So those are good things you looked at, right?
huh,
Is there anything that you've looked back on in the past year that you're
uh-huh.
like, "Ah, dang it. That was I regret that." It's always good to look back.
I regret nothing. Just kidding. Because that's part of what made me who I am today. Um,
Interesting. No,
oh,
and some
man.
people do, some people
Yeah,
don't.
some people do. It's like, I understand that to a degree, but it's like that was a conversation at work. It was like regret versus, um, if you were to change anything,
Uh-huh.
if you could go back in time and change something, you would, but it's not something you necessarily regret. And I was like, "What? Okay."
Yeah,
But
maybe if you just wanna see the outcome be a little bit different, but you didn't necessarily regret it.
right. So, hmm.
And sometimes it is the case and sometimes it isn't. So that's what I said.
Um, but, oh, that was 2 years, well, that wasn't last year, that was the year before. Mm, which I no, I can say I kinda regret getting the bike.
Why is that?
It is money I didn't need to spend. It was selfishly spent just for fun. I mean, yeah,
Okay.
but that was 2022.
Yeah,
Definitely had the realization this year, though.
gotcha.
Um, oh, what else is there?
Okay. That's I just asked because sometimes you do have stuff and sometimes you don't, so
Yeah, at least
that's
this year has been better than the previous, for sure,
okay.
I think. Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
And what are you looking forward to in 2024? As that new year is slowly creeping up on us and slowly coming forward.
I don't know. More stuff.
What stuff?
I don't know. Just guidance, job stuff, relationship stuff, friend stuff. I don't know. Uh, I don't know. Well, yeah, gosh. Health, hopefully. Keep working on that as I'm starting to do stuff now with that. Well, actually, no, I had been starting to do stuff with that months ago, but I'm just taking a more aggressive step towards it. Um, yeah, health, relationship, job. Hopefully, that's probably the biggest stuff.
That's what you're looking forward to in 2024? Alright.
Yeah, just see where stuff goes, whether it's good or bad. I suppose. I don't know.
And is there anything in 2023 that you don't wanna carry over into 2024?
Oh my gosh, what are all these questions? Um, anything going on now that I don't want to carry into? Bad habits.
Wow, so descriptive.
Yeah. I don't know. Especially more so with spending, financial bad habits. I don't want that stuff to carry on over.
I see.
Yeah. I mean, the biggest things being, yeah, health and financial, because I've never been on top of that per se.
Alright. Let me ask you this.
Uh-huh.
Looking at the camera, not at me. What is the message you want to give your 2024 self to remember at this point in time next year
What's the message I wanna give myself?
in the future?
In the future? In the future?
What should 2024 Aaron hear from you right now?
Why is this so much pressure? Why is this so intense?
What do you mean? Why is it so
Shoot,
intense?
because it's like I'm looking at myself right now. This is weird.
Why is it weird?
I don't know. What am I gonna tell myself? But what if I'm dumb now and I get smarter later?
That's always a possibility.
Yeah, it is.
But what does 2023 Aaron want to remind 2024 Aaron?
Um, what do I wanna remind you of? Gosh, this is difficult. Why is this difficult, Paul? Why are you making me do difficult things?
How
Ah!
am I making you do difficult things?
Well, you're asking the difficult things. Nah, it's not even that difficult. Hmm. Hmm. Wow. Wow.
What? Say it to
Don't
yourself.
get lazy, Aaron. Don't do it. Oh, man. Hmm.
So that's your message to your future self. Don't be lazy, Aaron.
Yeah, don't be lazy, but that encompasses so many things.
Yes, yes, it does.
Yeah, a lot of things. Like time in the Word, time with God. Ow. Um, well, obviously, oh goodness. This is so weird, Paul.
Why is it so weird?
I don't know. It's just different. I haven't done this before. This is different to me. Um, yeah, making sure to have that daily quality time with the Lord, the Word and prayer, and anything else. Oh man, not to get too selfish with, yeah, not to be selfish,
Okay.
especially in a relationship. Don't be so thinking, don't think of yourself too much. Right? Right?
This is to
I
you.
know this is to me. I know. Yeah. So,
I mean, others will glean stuff from what you're saying, obviously.
wait, what?
Others will glean stuff from what you say,
Well,
obviously.
glean stuff. What does that mean?
Don't you know what to glean is?
No. Add on? I don't know.
Well, we're adding a dictionary to the list of things
I
to get
know.
you for Christmas.
It's funny. I've been thinking about that for like a month or two now.
You know, there's dictionaries on the phones, right?
No, I want to make my own.
You want to make your own dictionary? Oh,
Yeah.
by the way, your girlfriend did message back.
Yeah.
She said, I would love to.
No! For what? Wait, to which one?
The solo.
No! No!
Sorry for
Mm.
interrupting this moment, but that was important.
Ah! All right, I'll be selfish in that moment. um,
No,
sh-
to glean.
I,
You
I,
seriously don't know what that
I
means.
seriously don't.
So when I say others may glean something off of this
Might
based on
take
what
something from it?
exactly, they might grab something onto it that they can learn of and think of
Ew.
for their own personal application, even though you're saying this to yourself in the future.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
God stuff, relationship stuff, not being selfish. Not being lazy with God, relationship, just oh, this is weird. Health, not to be careless with financials. So maybe not so much August Burns Red and band merch and music gear. Ah! Gosh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
Growing up even more. Mm.
And one final thing
What?
before I start talking stuff.
Thank you. Just kidding. What?
If you could,
If I could.
obviously we don't have time travel,
No.
but if you could send a message to your 2022 self,
Ah,
what would it say?
what would it say? Don't drink the juice.
That could be interpreted wrong.
I know. Put down the booze, boy, and listen to your friends, boy. At least for the red flags, boy. Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
Uh-huh.
That all you would tell your 2022 self?
Well, no, because that's just for one moment. Ugh. Ugh. I would have been to be more disciplined and diligent in being in the word, being more involved at church instead of just the band and then done. Well, band Sunday morning and then done. 'Cause- Yeah, enjoyed. Should have, yeah, spent more time in fellowship and build off of one another.
Okay.
Yeah,
Alright.
yeah.
Done?
I'm done.
Alright.
It.
So for me, highlights of 2023.
Uh huh.
Life Fest as always.
Oh yes, I
Definitely a
didn't make
good
it to
time.
that. That's right.
I never count on you making it.
Fair.
Unless yeah.
Unless Skillet's there, maybe.
No, because even then, you're still kind of wishy-washy on things.
Well, I was gonna go the one year, but then it was bad weather, and I was on my motorcycle.
Yeah, motorcycle. Gee, keep seeing that come up over and over again.
You know
Drink
what?
more water.
You know what?
No, so yeah, so that trip, Grand Rapids was a good trip. Enjoyed that. But out of Life Fest, discovered some new music, new bands, obviously Rusty Ship being one of them.
Right.
Um, they've gotten a few hundred of my bucks this year.
Yeah.
When I say a few hundred, I'm talking like this many
Well,
so
that's
far.
a few and a couple.
Yeah.
So wouldn't that be several?
I don't know what it is.
Eh.
But anyways, they got the money.
Mhm.
Um, Part of that is through Patreon, part of that is through just the album stuff. When they're recording their new album, they're like, "We're still a little short." I was like, "Well, that's 300." I was like, "All right."
Why not?
At least next year I get to go to the album release party
That's cool.
inside of a studio,
That's cool.
of Nashville studio.
That'll be cool.
Yep, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
You're invited, but if you don't go, then Andy and Robin said they'd go with me.
Andy and Robin?
Yep. Obviously, only one of them can come in to the
Oh,
studio,
right, but they
but
can still go on the trip
uh-huh,
and hang out. Yeah. That's cool.
because 'cause they're like, "Well, if he's gonna be" no, they didn't say that. I filled in the blanks. I said, "If he's gonna be a putz," no.
Yeah. No, it would be a lot of fun though.
No, it would be, but I understand you have to be a little more financially responsible, especially the income stream that you do have, I understand.
Mm, stupid. Nah, it is what it is.
It is what it is, man.
Yes.
So, those are the trip highlights, those are the 2 trip highlights, I'd
Mhm.
say. On a professional level, you know, flipping career or not careers, but jobs, changing jobs,
Mm.
midstream right before Thanksgiving. Literally the week of Thanksgiving started a new job. Woohoo. Um, doing all that fun stuff. That was see, it's always weird. People are always like, it's so much stress, it's so much stress, it's so much stress. This job was there was a lot of steps involved,
Mhm.
but the interview process was ridiculously simple.
Well, that's good.
And considering it was all telephone.
Yeah.
I know
Yeah, no.
all these people are like, "Oh, I'm dressing in suits, doing all this stuff." I got dressed up for it, and then they're like, "Oh, yeah, camera off." I was like, "Pfft, okay, just audio? Cool, I can deal with this." I
Perfect.
still have never seen one of my teammates.
Whoa.
I have no idea what anyone looks like outside maybe if they have a photo, somewhere in the environment that I could find.
Right.
But other than that, I have no idea.
Wow. That's cool.
I've heard all their voices many, many times in my head, but I haven't seen them yet. So, doing that was a change for me, a highlight, a good one, and I'm still keeping in contact with a bunch of people that I wanted to from the previous job. And actually, there were so what I did for that, I don't think, no, I didn't tell you this. So my last day there, um, you send the traditional goodbye email, blah 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 blah. That goes to basically everyone.
Mhm.
But there were 2 people that I actually recorded just for them, an individual video for them.
Hmm.
And so, it's available only with the link sort of deal, so
Right.
they don't have to have an account, but they just have to have a link. So I was like, "Here's the link. Here's your link. That's only for you.
Huh.
Here's
That's
your link.
cool.
That's only for you." And I was like, "Here you go. Have fun." I was like I wrote and I said in both of them, I was like, "I suck at writing long emails, and how long this video is, it would be a long email. So, not happening.
Not doing it.
I can get behind the mic and talk a lot easier than I can type up an email,
Right.
because if I start rambling one way, my brain can go with the ramble and continue on doing that thing there." So, that's what I did there, kind of as a
Yeah.
it just FYI, if you ever leave well, you're in a small company, so it doesn't matter as much for you. But like a larger company,
Right.
keeping those personal connections is a good thing because you never know. I may end up going back to the old job one day
Potentially, I suppose, yeah.
if they ever allow fully remote. That'll be my condition. I work in an industry where that works.
That's fair, I suppose.
Not all industries can do that, and I understand. Obviously, your industry that you're in right now cannot do
Definitely
that.
cannot do that. Yeah.
So I get that. Mine, it's all click, 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 drag, drop, woohoo. It's all computer based. So yeah, works perfectly fine as a remote thing.
Yeah.
So professionally, that was a highlight of my year, being able to do that and change and successfully transition right before a holiday. Just oh man, that was crazy. Probably wasn't smart to do that, but at the same time, it worked.
Yeah.
So I did it.
Panned out.
Uh, outside of those things, other highlights of the wonderful, wonderful year. Why you going? Why you just in the?
Wonderful, wonderful year, huh?
Oh, I mean, it wasn't a 2018, so yes, it was a wonderful, wonderful year. And now your mind's going back to like, what was 2018? What's going on? What was happening then? Do you remember 2018? What happened 2018? Why I would say not a good year.
What happened 5 years? Oh, dirt to der.
What?
Duh. The, like, rehabby stuff.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Duh, I was
That
like,
that's when I
"Wait." I was
went
like,
into
"What?"
that's why I went to inpatient rehab, for
Yes.
mental health stuff. Yes.
Yep.
So, yeah, 2018, not a good year.
No.
Near the end of the later half of the year got better. First half of the year,
Mm.
not so good. Um, but then this year was pretty good. Obviously, some flare ups there. I had obviously some not issues, but things happened in the middle of the year. My aunt passed away
Mm.
in hospice, and then all the fun dealing with that because then that triggered while my aunt was in hospice, that triggered my mom having a stroke, and then me having to deal a bunch of stuff with the family. Wonderful time,
Mm.
not so much. Yeah. So dealing with that, that was stressful, but it wasn't like and I took a hit to my mental health during that time, but it wasn't as such that it made the year bad. It just made it a little more stressful than normal,
Right.
which is okay.
Mhm.
Considering everything else that went on was not so stressful and was pretty good, I can deal with that. I look back at things like things that I didn't they weren't professional successes per se. More I would consider them personal highlights because it's led to a lot of conversations. And when I say a lot of conversations, I mean a lot of conversations that I've been able to have with certain people. The episodes that we released at the end of May,
Mm. Mhm.
which, by the way, there are a couple people listen to them. They're like, that Aaron guy, he just seems so uncomfortable.
I was fine, leave me alone.
I was like, he wasn't uncomfortable with the situation. I think he was more uncomfortable with having to lead the discussion.
Oh, for sure.
I was like, "That's not his normal forte. That's his
Mm-mm.
his normal role is to kinda be more the background sidekick type guy, not the foreground, let me push the narrative forward type person."
Mm-mm.
And I was like, "That's probably where you're getting the uneasiness with some of that with him. If I'm mischaracterizing, let me know."
Nope.
So those things that's I said, that's not on the professional level, but on the personal level and that, um, and then getting involved with all the new stuff at the new church has been good. It really has. Looking back on things that maybe as I look back at 2023 and go, "Oh, what no, what do I regret?" I nothing regret per se, um, except maybe a lesson learned. So it's not a regret, but a lesson learned. You know, right at the end of my aunt's life, she was talking about her regrets.
Mm.
And, she's like, "Oh, I wish I would have traveled more with my nephews and nieces." She's like, "I had the funds to do it." And she went on this long list of, "I wish I would have done this, wish I would have done that, wish I would have done this." And I look back at that now and I go, "Yeah, she can't take anything with her, right? We can't take anything with us when we pass." So those lists, those things we say we want to do that may end up on our regret list in the future, do them. Now, that's not to say be materialistic and worship the altar of money. That's not what I'm saying at all. Don't misregard that, What I'm saying though is it is something to think about. Is this something that will end up on my regret list in the future because I didn't do it now? Because I said, "Oh, I'm going to save that extra dollar now," versus having that experience. That's I was like, ultimately I was like, "All right, I got to do these things. Got to go on and whatever that may be, or that's a trip, where that's maybe funding a band I like with a little extra money so that way they can do some other stuff, whatever it may end up being." And so I was like, "Oh, yeah, okay." So it's not a regret per se, but a lesson learned and a lesson to mull on for me. Each of you are different. You may have a different thing that you mull on or a different lesson that you might have taken out of the year. that maybe you need to process and chew on a little bit and pray on and see how is that going to maybe impact or change things, and maybe it doesn't. Not everything has to be world altering, life changing, paradigm shifting for you. Sometimes it's just the little things. For me, that was it. And that's why I was like, all right, these are the things I'm going to do now. What would I say to my 2024 self? Like send the message into the future. What when we come back to this time of year next year and we replay this
Oh,
portion,
geez.
because I'm going to replay your message back to you, Aaron,
Oh,
that you
no.
left for yourself in 2024.
No.
Why are you going no?
I don't know.
Why are you going no? No.
We'll have to see how it turns out.
Hmm. To my 2024 self, this is what I say. Don't be afraid to take that leap professionally, no matter what it may be and how nervous and disastrous you may think it can be. Because ultimately, the only thing people are going to care about are whether you continue to move the needle forward or not. What do I mean by that? Speak up more in meetings. I hope you're doing that. I hope you're taking the risks that are necessary, not that put the company in risk, but the risks that move the needle forward. What I mean is innovation. Continue doing that. Don't stop. It's easy to get lax. It's easy to feel relaxed inside of a company that you know you can make an impact in. Stop doing that. Don't let that relaxation make you lazy in that regard. And don't be so busy doing things that you think you're doing for the kingdom or for relaxation. Don't be so busy that you stop doing the basics. What are the basics? The basics are mental health, making sure that's okay. The basics, reading the word. The basics, prayer. The basics are community. If in serving you lose those basics, then in serving you will cause harm to yourself. Remember that. It is so easy to get lost in doing the serving, doing the thing, forgetting to take care of yourself. Learn from your past mistakes. I know I have done that, and it's a reminder myself, get out of my own head at times. But remind yourself of that because that is the case sometimes. And what would I say to my 2022 self? If I could send a message back in time and influence what happened there, I would say, leave now. It's scary to make that jump. Leave now. You won't regret it. It will only, staying only causes and prolongs pain. And Aaron's probably over here sitting going, what the heck is he referring to?
The first thing that came to mind was work.
No.
Pain.
Work, I was content with staying with work until they did the whole you must return to office thing. Blah 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 blah.
Oh, never mind.
What?
The only other big thing that happened, at least to my mind, church.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. But that would be the message I would send to my 2022 self. I would say that'd be my regret from last year, not from this year. What?
Huh.
Why are you going, huh?
I don't know yet.
Well, if you go, huh, that has to have a thought in the head somewhere.
Not a thought that you're thinking.
I don't know what thought you're thinking that. So
Exactly. I
that's
know.
why I'm going, what?
Oh.
If I kind of had a clue, a spark, an idea, if I gleamed something off of it, I would have said something, but I Got nothing. That's why I said what?
Nada.
Nothing, huh? And what am I looking forward to most in 2024? Hmm. That one's going to be interesting. Personally and professionally, I don't know. I'm looking forward to continuing to do what I do at work. I want to try to get back into speaking at conferences again professionally. That being said, I also look at the state of affairs of the world and go, well, the world kind of sucks right now. Ukraine, Gaza, oil prices are in a free fall, which means who knows what there. There's so much going on around the world that it's easy to get lost in it and say that that is a cause for stopping things. And I'm saying this to myself. I'm saying this to Aaron. I'm saying to anyone hearing this. Just because the world has gone crazy does not mean that we can't control a little bit of the area where we live. And I'm not saying control like it's my way or the highway, nothing else happens. I'm saying control like where we can't influence. Control as in influence. Control as in where we continue to take action on things. Control as in where we continue to move forward. We can still do that even with the world crazy. The macro events, while yes, they do influence the micro events, don't necessarily overwhelm them. And if you sit there going, I feel so overwhelmed by the world because of, pick a topic. It's not like we haven't done this before. Okay, maybe not us in our lifetime and necessarily, but I'm saying in general, in humanity, we've done this before, unfortunately. And we will continue to do it again, unfortunately. So yeah, the world's crazy. The world's what's the common phrase? To hell in a handbasket. Yeah, the world's doing that. Doesn't mean that I can't. Doesn't mean that Aaron can't continue moving forward and doing things. Just because the war in Gaza doesn't stop doesn't mean that Aaron's um, practices that he's putting into place to better his health have to stop. They can continue on regardless of what happens over there in Gaza, unless Israel's the only source of whatever cricket protein he's using in his shakes, and then they stop exporting it. Then yeah, then he would have to stop. Why the why the
Crickets in my protein shake.
I don't
What?
know. They use in some.
Oh, I suppose.
So I don't know what your protein shake's made out of.
I don't know either. It's kind of scary.
It has to be legal, so it's not corpse. So you're fine with that.
True.
At worst, it'd be insect. And then you go, yummy, earthworms.
Spider.
Speaking of spiders,
Ugh.
sorry, tangent. Someone made a pillow so you can cuddle a spider at night. It's a big old spider pillow.
Oh, gosh. Nope. Nope. Nope.
Someone wrote on the comments, I hope it has hairy legs.
Oh, gosh, that's awful. It's awful.
But
Yuck.
sorry, tangent. But continue on. Every year people make resolutions at the end of the year and go, da, 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 and then within a week, usually they're broken. Don't wait until January 1st to start doing things. Be like Aaron. Start now. Because things that you start doing now, by the time you get to first, you're already doing it a week or two, which means you're that much closer to making it a habit, which means that you're that much closer to staying by it, which means you're that much closer to your goal. Be like Aaron. Start now. Aaron, did you ever think I would ever say that phrase?
Nope. Nope. That's a first.
Really?
I think so. Yeah.
All right. So be like Aaron. Start your things now. Figure out what those things are. Take the steps no matter how uncomfortable they are, how uncomfortable they make you, and realize that those things are maybe there to help grow you. And maybe take the time before the new year, write a message to yourself for 1 year from now. What do you hope to have accomplished in that year? What do you hope to have changed? Because then the year comes by, then you can watch it or read it. And if you're an audiovisual person, record it to yourself for the next year. And then when that time comes, go back, play it, and realize how much is different, how much has changed, how much you've accomplished, and how much there's still to go. Because we always have room to grow and continue to learn. Especially if you claim to be a Christian, there's always room to grow. We all have we all have that. Because we know one thing. We're fallen, we're sinful, and we need grace. So, Aaron, do you have any last words?
Mm-mm. Nope.
No? My last words are this. Don't dwell on the negative so much that you forget to see the good. But always at the same time, ask God and ask honestly how He wants you to grow and change over this next season, this next year. Maybe it's the next month. Maybe sometimes you have to take it a week at a time, and God has to kind of show you where that is. But if you ask Him and you're earnest, He'll show you. You might not like it. You might not enjoy it or agree with it at first, but God will show. He'll walk you through what needs to happen next. I think I'm not going to speak for Aaron, but I'm sure Aaron would agree that there are definitely instances he can think of where that comes to mind, where God has shown you something and guided you and changed you in certain ways. Not going to ask you to share that right now, but I think you can come up with instances if you thought about it, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
we all can, and that's okay. And this is one of the things that I do like about the church I go to. And this phrase I think actually sums it up pretty well. We are not perfect people. We are people made new. And that's what we should be striving for all the time with Christ, with our relationship with Him. So have a happy, contemplative, maybe even new year. And we'll start off next year the right way with Aaron finally reading a book again.
Yay. Yep.
If not, well, I have his girlfriend's number now, so, I can be like,
Make him do this.
"Make him read, otherwise I'm gonna take your gringo away from you.
Oh, I've been reading.
Read the specific book.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the gringo will be taken away
No.
and put in solitary confinement until he reads."
No. Throw a hissy fit. Just kidding. No, I wouldn't. I just read.
No, I believe you would throw a hissy fit.
I'd read though.
Alright, well, have a happy New Year. Enjoy. have fun with, friends, family, whatever you're doing for New Year's. I know personally me, I'm going to be at a lock-in,
Yeah.
supervising a bunch of teenagers as security. So I'm gonna be hopped up on so much caffeine that my, watch and that is gonna go, "Why is your heart rate high?"
What's going on?
That's just like my watching that when I was sick, said, "Hey, what's going on?" And
It
even
knows.
and even showed me a little graph and said, "You are more stressed these days than
Oh,
normal." I
jeez.
was like, "Yeah, I was because I was sick."
Oh,
"Oh, your temperature was elevated too." "Yeah, because I was sick." These
take
smart things are getting a little smart. So, anyway, Mr. Johnson, happy New Year.
Happy New Year.